Hello viewers, welcome back to the channel. As promised, this is another video right now about another fan. So this right here is a Birtman BT-42i. It's a tower fan. Not many people like tower fans, but I really had to get a tower fan because it's really the space I had available when I bought this was really small. But it's acceptable, I would say. It is really cheap, which is well, not really a good thing normally, but I don't think it's really that bad for a cheap fan, considering it's really a modern cheap fan. But however, right now we're going to go to the information tag. So this is the information tag. As you can see, it's a BT-42i. Brand is Birtman. It's 45 watts motor. It's a PSC motor. As you can see, it's imported here. 1 year warranty, made in China. Unsurprisingly, it doesn't have any standards. It conforms to right here. No UL standards. The plug is really interesting because it's unfused, which is very weird for a modern fan, and it does not have a thermal fuse. So the design on this fan is very simple, to say the least. You have your little screen right here, uh, your control panel. This is supposed to be spring loaded, however, that spring is long gone since this broke like very quickly. Also, the latch here is also broken. The oscillation, it isn't really well designed because it relies on a tiny little piece of plastic which is very brittle and will break under normal use. So here we go. This is the controller for it. It's really simple, has the same buttons that it does on the fan. So this is the older model because the newer one has Bluetooth and the screen is able to be turned off from the fan. So we will begin on the low shortly before after I turn off the Navia, which I am using as a window fan right now. The Navia has been successfully turned off, so now we're going to start on the low. It gets up to speed fairly quickly, and yeah. So first we're going to do the classic airflow test with the paper roll. You can see it's decent for a tower fan on low. Now this fan, as I already mentioned, the oscillation doesn't work. And another thing that is broken is the thermometer. It is not 9 degrees here. I wouldn't be reviewing fans at 9 degrees. So we also have an ionizer, which I'm not really sure what it does. I'm not even really sure it has one, but at least you get that animation. As you can see, you also have a cute little fan animation which goes up with the speed. So to the medium. Now medium is the speed that I normally run it on because high is just a little bit too loud. Low is, well, too low. And there isn't much of a noise difference between low and high, but there is an airflow difference. And on another thing is that on low, I don't know if it was able to be heard, so let me go back. You can hear that annoying whistling noise. I'm pretty sure that is the motor. I don't know why it does that, but it does that, and it's pretty annoying. On medium, you cannot really hear it, and well, you cannot hear it on any other speed. So here's the airflow. You can see it's really ghosty airflow. This airflow tester isn't really that good for tower fans. So up next, the high. You can see it gets up to speed really quickly once again, and now it really gets a little bit loud. So the airflow does increase a lot. Like for example, you can see that it's really pushing some air around now. The air does really carry on this one too. Like if I go over here, it's it's still pretty strong. It maintains most of the speed. So once again, I'm going to display the ionizer so you can see the both of the animations. So let's go back to low for this. This screen does flicker a little bit. However, it has the dark plastic which makes it seem a little bit dimmer, and really isn't that annoying at night. So here are the modes. You can see it immediately goes up because it and goes down again. That's what the natural breeze mode does. It really just cycles through the speeds and then sometimes turns off. Up next there is the sleep mode, which is exactly the same except it turns off more often. Which I don't really get the point of these modes. Like, what is the point of having a fan if it will be off about half of the time? So yeah, there is a high, and I'm going to turn it off to do 0 to high right now. As you can see, it has some little metal clips right there for balancing. So 0 to high. As you can see, there are some it does like a weird thing with the speeds, where it starts on medium always, and then it goes down, up or down in the speeds. Like for example, let me go to high really quick. Medium, high. You can hear it also has start sound. I think I will put the camera closer to the motor so we can hear that a little bit better. I don't know if I was able to capture that correctly. The oscillation doesn't work, as I already mentioned. It just kind of does that. But yeah, this is my fan, my Birdman fan. This is not the best example of one, however, it works. It gets the job. It gets the job done. This one is like well, 7 years old, I think. Yeah, 7 years old. So it really hasn't had any issues apart from the oscillation breaking, which is common on this, and well, the spring right here breaking. But other than that, it hasn't had any major issues. Something that is kind of concerning is that when I cleaned it last time, there was a lot of oil being on the sides of the motor. I I don't think that is supposed to happen, but it hasn't had any bearing issues. So I'm pretty happy with this fan. Gets the job done. So see you next time.